every news article has to have a form of media bias, no matter how you make this objective as possible. For example, this headline is everyone is getting excited about the upcoming Sonic 3 because of these leaks. This is an opinion statement presented as facts. This is where theoretically making many people attached to the news report and look very curious to read. I used everyone is getting excited to target people with high levels of curiosity, and then I will put the main topic, which is Sonic 3, also a target to a specific audience. And the reason to make the headline more exciting is because to get as big amount of people as to read the news article as possible. Anyway, there are 3 news reports, or you could say news articles, and I will discuss and give a description of these articles. These articles talks about the same topic but from different perspectives. So let's get started. Article 1. As you can see, this news article is about Sonic 3 publicly saying some actors will appear in the movie, Robotnik's eventual comeback, and other small and cherry-picking information. So the information in the news article is short, specifically positive, cherry-picking way, and it felt simple to understand, and it didn't give it in, you could say, much detail and give it out, in an exciting tone. The presentation shows that type of media bias, which is slant. Slant is the way to tell the audience to tell part of the information and not exposing the full information. This clearly illustrates the form of bias is slant because it didn't show the full picture of the news, and the only belief of this article is that Sonic 3 will be a very successful movie according to the other 2 movie successes. This is very selective on one side of the information by focusing on its positively and filled with the exciting language. There are some pieces of evidence, such as the first 2 Sonic movies grossed about 900 million global, so of course the third one is on the way, and that's the standout word in a series of social media posts. The 2 reasons of the influence of the audience are focused of the positivity of the upcoming film and its selective information, like helping up the returning actors and only mentioning the movies has about 900 million globally, but didn't mention the other reason of the success. So being aware of the bias can help you to be a better reader and media consumer by finding the questions about what's not there, looking for multiple perspectives, and consider the source. Article 2. As you can see, this news article is about the same thing, which is Sonic 3 and how it's going to be great. So the information in the news is short, specifically positive, cherry-picking way. It's well simple to understand and didn't give it in much details. Gives out in an exciting tone. This presentation shows that this type of media bias is slanted. Again, this clearly illustrates the form of bias is slant, because again it has other side of information which is positively, and it has some cherry-picking information, like Ben Schwartz is coming back as Sonic again in the sequel. This is very selective on one side of the information of the movie by focusing on it positively and filled with exciting language. There are some pieces of evidence, such as based on the 90s video game franchise Sonic the Hedgehog by Sega, the live action adaptation that brings the beloved coin collecting hedgehog to life has proved by popular and OG and new fans alike. The 2 reasons for the influence of the audience are the focus and the positivity of the upcoming film, and selective information like helping up the Hedgehog will be in the movie, and Ben Schwartz is going to be in the movie, and the only mentioning that all the fans are exciting to see the actor returning in the 3rd sequel of the movie, but didn't mention that the fans are exciting for other actors to be returning too. So being aware of the bias can help you be a better reader and media consumer by finding out questions about what's not there, looking for multiple perspectives, and consider the source. Article 3. As you can, things can have flaws. This presentation shows that this style of media bias is planned. Bias of omission, which removes the information, the important information to mislead people, and flawed logic, which means jumping to conclusions even with its problems. This clearly illustrates the form of bias is planned, bias of omission, and flawed logic, because it didn't show the full picture of the news, and some logics of the news is flawed, and it gave the leaks of the plot, even though they said the plot is not confirmed by the studio. And this article believes that the movie is going to be successful and the leaks could be true, and this is very selective on one side of the formation of the movie by focusing on the positive and filled with exciting language. There are some pieces of evidence such as Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 have been universally praised as two of the best silvery, screen adaptation of the classic video game series yet. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 will be involved Shadow the Hedgehog and Robotnik working together against Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails along the way. Metal Sonic will also appear as a core villain. Amy Rose and Big the Cat are both supposedly set to appear out of the movie as well. But again, none of this has been confirmed by the studio. Applying Shadow will play a pivotal role in the upcoming film. The two reasons of the influence of the audience are focus and the positivity of the upcoming film and its flaws isn't or logic, like hyping up Shadow the Hedgehog going to be third sequel, Sonic 1 and 2 being universally praised, and so being aware of the bias can help you be better reader and media consumer. By of course finding out questions, what's not there, looking up for multiple perspectives, and considering the source. So in conclusion, no matter whether the news articles have the same topic, they will give out different bias, and making it aware as a reader is a great thing.